Welcome back to what Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a WZ-120-1G FT Tier 8 Chinese tank destroyer, premium tank destroyer at that, and it's located on the north-east spawn of Karelia under the command of pipjivko. Now this is a replay from some time ago, and when he sent it in for me and said could I do it for him because it was quite an interesting game. Well, the enemy's been spotted. It's a M41 Walker Bulldog out the field, in the swamp rather. He's hiding behind the rock over there. pipjivko's decided he's not going to go after that guy or be distracted by him. He's actually headed off towards the South Pass and to the TD position so he can snipe at the enemy as they become seen. Okay, there's normally somebody sitting behind this bush up the other end of the pass, and oh, an enemy's been spotted. An FCM-50T who's managed to make it all the way to the horseshoe without being seen by that T-54. Okay, pipjivko's got a nice little position here, using the bush mechanic. As soon as he spots the enemy, he can just pull back slightly and he won't be seen by them. That's it. Nicely done. The FCM is actually up onto the horseshoe now. Normally getting the horseshoe is actually a bit of a drawback in a game, because if you do get the horseshoe, then you do have dominate this pass. Well, there's his opposite number. He got some spotting damage on the FCM 50, but he didn't get any damage on the WZ there, but he did with that shot. Standard AP. Now it's a 122mm gun, 440 alpha, 248mm of penetration with standard rounds, goes up to 310 with premium. So most of these tanks, he can actually damage them with standard rounds. That's one thing I love about this tank destroyer. It is very, very good at dealing damage on just standard ordinary AP. It's also very, very good at deflecting rounds because it's got a very sharp raked angle at the front of the vehicle. As you can see there, very sharp, bounces rounds off very nicely. And this hull is actually made from the Type 59, which of course, as you know, is the premium medium that most people would like to actually own. Got a round into the IS-3 for 409, which is a low roll. That Panther keeps coming into sight but then pulling back into cover. Goes for the IS-3 again, gets another hit. Now he's going to start receiving rounds, I should think, very shortly, but hopefully they'll just bounce off the front plate when they do. Gets a shot into the T-54, and he didn't like that. It's a low roll again, going for the 257. This time round he doesn't, because the 257 was well enough angled to prevent the round going in, and he's managed to come partially around the corner. Type 54 takes another round. He's going to be a very upset bunny. It looks like he was trapped in the process. Burned his repair kit and pulled back. The 257, he might be able to pen this time. Yes, he did. The angle was right, and it looks like he went for the lower plate and he got it. IS-3 just behind him. Takes another round, and he's now basically just 31 hit points. He's now one shot, and he'll probably take him out with the next round. And he does. Okay, still burning just AP. Standard AP is all he needs. Try to go for the upper plate. You might bounce off. No, he didn't fire good, because otherwise it would have been a wasted round. That Panther keeps popping out. Hello, Mr. Panther. Oh, he ricocheted one. What a lucky guy, because the Panther 88 doesn't really have much in the way of armor. It does have a very big gun going for it, but not much in the way of armor. It's not a very good premium in that sense, actually, because if you're buying it as a flanking medium, you find out very quickly that it's actually just a very poor sniper with a decent 88mm gun. You shouldn't try and brawl in a Panther 88. It's the worst possible thing you can do. 257 pops his nose out again. A long way. He's come around the corner. I think he's trying to use the wreck of the IS-3 for cover. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's using that wreck. That's why intermittently it keeps disappearing. Go for the FCM. Yeah, gets the kill. No problem. 2 kills now. He's got the side of the 257 there, but he's actually hiding behind the Rex, and that's why the outline just keeps disappearing. He could go for the cupola on top, but it's a very flat cupola on the 257. Better to go for the lower plates. Yep, got it. Low roll again, 436. It's on the upper plate. There are sometimes when it angles that you can actually get it through on the upper plate. In fact, I think when he's actually turning to not towards us, but to his left, which would be to our right, then he might be able to get the pen there. He's actually done that now. You can see normally with the gun's angled, he's actually the hull's turned to the left. His gun was turned to the his hull's turned to the right. His gun was turned to the left. That's right. You have to think about these things in reverse. Can't see the standard B. He's still relying on our teammates to actually spot for us. The Martian is the only member on our team who's actually still at that corner. All the other ones have been wiped out. And we're not doing so well. We're 1 tank down on the enemy, but we are holding them at bay out in the swamp and out in the northwest corner of the map. So we're okay for the moment. Oh, lovely shot there. Kills the 257. His 3rd kill. And that kind of gives him an advantage now, because that standard B, well, he's the only one in sight. Go for the engine. Yeah, nice one. Tracks him as well. He burns his repair kit, pulls back into cover. There are some enemy tanks still on the horseshoe. An FV4202, T54, who's badly damaged. And I think they do have that. Oh, that Panther 88, of course, is still there. So we can't move forward yet, but he has actually been able to inflict 4.3k of damage on the enemy from this hidden position. And I'm surprised that none of the enemy have actually tried to fire into this bush. No shells come this way at all. It's shocking almost that they haven't done that. He's having a look round for situational awareness. You see that lovely rectangle at the front of the vehicle. It's such a very good angle. I'm afraid it is a fake tank because it never got built, but if it had actually been built, it would have been so much like the SU-122-44 based on the T-44 tank. Of course, the Type 59 is still a desired tank. Oh, good shot through the side of the Panther. There was nothing he could do about that. He pulled out and now he's out the game. But he was seen there, so he has to pull back into cover. I think it was the Panther who actually spotted him. The enemy team does have Arty, and there you go. He's making his presence known. The Lorraine 155-51, which of course is 155mm armed SPG. Very fast SPG with fairly good reload time as well, between 23-24 seconds, and good shot into the T-54, but he's still around and he's now 1 shot. Can he get the kill? Yes, he does. 4 kills now. Pulls back into cover. The RT is going to fire very shortly, so you need to think about getting into cover or you're going to get another round. The enemy's going to see how many kills you have, and he's obviously going to start focusing fire on you as the top scorer. Always think about that. Only 2 rounds of armor piercing left. I guess at the moment the Lorraine 155-51 is more focusing on the Super Pershing on the other side of the horseshoe, and that's why he's not firing in this direction. There's only 4 tanks left on the enemy team. It's kind of switched it around now. We were 1 tank down, now we're 2 tanks up. The standard B's managed to go to the other side of the horseshoe, so it kind of suggests that this pass is now vacant. And I think he spotted that fact. If the 3 tanks that have been spotted, the FV4202, standard B and the Borsig, are on the other side, then that means the only other tank in the enemy team is the Lorraine, and that means this pass is vacant. So he can zoom up into the horseshoe. Oh, he's being very cautious. Puts a round into the FV4202. Remember, Arty will probably focus in this direction now. And he takes a round from the FV4202. Luckily, it's only 219 hit points. And there's the Arty. I did say that it would happen. Arty will focus in this direction now. And, oh, we just lost the SU-130PM to the FV4202. He's trying to use the Rex for cover, just as the enemy was trying to do earlier. And he's bounced around off the front of the tank. And we just lost our standard B to their standard B. Fires around through the FV4202. He's now got 6k of damage, but he took a round from the standard B and he's down to 24 hit points. He is now basically a one-shot, and so is the standard B. Both of them are one-shots. But unfortunately, the bad point is that the standard B's got support. Well, standard B has just been wiped out by our Arty, the GW Tiger P, who's the last teammate we've got alive. And that means now we're just facing off against the FV4202, and he gets a lucky shot in and kills us. And that means now that this is almost certainly going to be a loss, because the enemy has 2 tanks and 1 Arty against our Arty. And it's going to make it very difficult for the GW Tiger P, really. He's got the 21cm gun, but yeah, he's a very slow Arty indeed. And it looks like he was just spotted by the Borsig, and he has been killed. So game over, I'm afraid. Good fight there by Ninjax, or Ninjax, by pipjivko. Sorry, I got the names mixed up there. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for pipjivko in the WZ-120-1G FT, and it's his first ace tanker in this vehicle. He got the scrolls underneath, that's the first time. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills, he got 4 exactly, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 6. And he managed to pick up the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And his win rate, look at that, 10,714. Super Unicum standard and some in that game. A lot of damage earned by him. Let's have a look at the team score. Oh, easily the highest scorer, no doubt about that. He was desperately trying to carry his team. 6,190 hit points. Just goes to show what damage you can do with this WZ-120-1G FT. It really is quite a devastating tank destroyer, and it's well worth keeping one of these in your garage. 1,993 was the best score that the other premium on his team managed to get, but then he doesn't have much in the way of armor, whereas this tank does. The best next highest damage is the standard B on the enemy team with 3,210, and after that they got their Borsig with 2,964, and that object 257-2506. When it came to kills, it was shared between pipjivko with 4 kills and the standard B with 4 kills, and then we got the GW Tiger P managed to get 3, so did the Rheinmetall Borsig, the FV4202 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the FV4202, the guy who killed pipjivko in that game. He got 1,091, the standard B 957, and then came pipjivko with 919. The fact that he was third on base XP, even though he was on the losing team, just goes to show the amount of effort he put in that game. But sadly, he just couldn't prevail. The enemy did have the advantage, and in the end, it just paid off. Let's have a look at detail. 24 shots fired, 22 direct hits, 17 penetrations. Yeah, it is a very good with standard AP. He mostly fired standard AP in that game. Damage of 6,190 hit points, of which 1,265 were at more than 300 meters. 6 hits received, 4 were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and 2 hits by way of splash. 460 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged and 4 killed, and 958 hit points of spotting assist in that game. On a premium count, he earned 88,372 credits. Yes, I know it's in the wrong columns, but I'm afraid the replay site had a bit of a hiccup on that occasion, and it put the figures in the wrong columns. He earned 7,200 from Courageous Resistance. That's for getting a Battle Hero medal in a losing or a drawn game. So his grand total came to 95,572 credits. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he actually took away a profit from that game of 57,412 credits. He did receive 1 bond for the game for the high caliber. And he also picked up 919 XP, 507 for Courageous Resistance, 214 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 1,426 altogether. So, yes, a really good game. It shows the potential of this tank destroyer. It really is very, very good. And if you play it right, and he was playing it right because, of course, he was using the bush mechanic all the way through, not poking forward just to see if he could spot what was going wrong with the enemy. He actually just played it the whole way. And, of course, he tried to use standard ammo. And, of course, it did actually pay off because if you look at those figures, he made a profit. Even though it says minus 25,000 for ammunition, he did mostly use just standard AP. And with standard AP, you get enough penetration to take down the enemy tanks. So 57,000 profit from standard rounds. Yeah, not bad at all. Even in a tier 9 game, this tier 8 tank destroyer was doing very nicely. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.